Let me tell you about Ahab, the Arab, the sheik of the burning sands. He had an emerald and rubies just a-dripping off of him, and a ring on every finger on his hand. He wore a big old turban wrapped around his head, and a shamrock by his side. And every evening about midnight, he'd jump on his camel named Clyde and ride silently through the night to the Sultan's tent, where he would secretly meet up with Fatima of the Seven Veils, the swingingest #1 dancer in the Sultan's whole harem. Because, like, him and her had a thing going on, you know, and they'd been carrying on for some time now behind the Sultan's back, and you could hear him talk to his camel as he rode across the dunes. His voice would ring out through the still night desert air, and he'd say, which is Arabic for, "Who's your baby?" And Clyde would say, "Blah, blah, blah." Well, he brought that camel to a screeching halt in the rear of Fatima's tent. Jumped off Clyde, snuck around the corner, and into the tent he went. There he saw Fatima lying on a zebra skin rug, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes and a bone in her nose. Ho ho! There she was, friends and neighbors, lying there in her radiant beauty, eating on a raisin, a grape, an apricot, a pomegranate, and a bowl of chitlins, 2 bananas, 3 Hershey bars, and sipping on an RC Cola, listening to her transistor radio to the Grand Ole Opry, and reading Mad Magazine. While she sung, "Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavor?" on the bedpost overnight, and Ahab rocked up to her and he said, which is Arabic for, "Let's twist again like we did last summer, baby." And she said, "Crazy baby."
Round and around and around and around and around and around and around.
All of a sudden, the Sultan walked in, and Ahab knew that this was it. This was the end for him, and Fatima was caught by surprise, and the Sultan had fire flashing out of his eyes. Well, the Sultan charged at Ahab, intending to make him a dent in his head, but he fled with Fatima, and out of the tent they went. They jumped on Clyde and started to ride, cutting across the sand, where the Sultan's whole army in hot pursuit, on and on they ran. Well, to make a long story short, they got away. 'Cause there weren't no animal alive that could keep up with Clyde once he got started, 'cause he was the swiftest steed on the old desert, baby. And he got across the border where he hooked up with his friends, and they had a swinging little split level pad, and yeah, and that's the story about Ahab, the Arab, the sheik of the burning sands. Yeah, Ahab, the swingingest sheik of the burning sands. Yeah. I know, I flipped my lid. Okay.